From the beauty of Kinabalu to the white sands of Mengayau, this is the American Green Corner Podcast.
Hello, my name is Ben Uzair and welcome to another episode right here on American Green Corner Podcast, and we're broadcasting from the Tanjung Aru branch of the Sabah State Library. So I'd like to welcome you back and also to welcome back Coach Brian and also Coach Edward. Thank you so much for sharing a lot of the fitness tips for New Year's resolution, and now we are going to dive into a topic perhaps that is very close to a lot of people, talk about resilience and also wellness. So once again, thank you so much, and to our viewers, please remember to follow AGC Sabah on Instagram, TikTok and also on Facebook to keep staying connected with us. All right, let's go ahead and begin our topic of the day. Let's talk about resilience now. In our previous episode, you shared how you began your journey into fitness and then onwards to competitive bodybuilding. And hopefully this year, 2025, will be the year that you will get a placing and also your pro card. And I'm hoping you will watch this in the end of 2025 and reflect back on what you... Yeah, I know, right? I know, yeah. But perhaps, as you mentioned towards the end of the last episode, it's not an easy journey. There's a lot of, you will hit speed bumps. People probably will... there are lots of naysayers perhaps, and it will keep, bringing you down. But would you like to just share some of these challenges that you face in your bodybuilding journey? And how did you overcome them? That's the most important. Let's start with Edward.
Setbacks.
Setbacks, yes. Challenges, things that make you say, make you down, but hey, you got yourself back up, dusted yourself off and started all over again.
I think for me, because even until now, I still struggle with my relationship with food. So I keep binge eating, and when you go through a bodybuilding prep, right, it's very strict. You follow a strict calorie count. You need to hit a certain amount of protein, carbs, and fats. On top of that, you need to train hard, do your cardio, and you do that for like 4 to 6 months, and sometimes even more. And it takes a toll on you. And if for someone like me who doesn't come from that like healthy eating background, like my family has been always like overweight and we eat junks all the time, and to transition to that and then back to a normal life after competition, I still struggle with that. So for me, I know some people might not agree, like I use bodybuilding as a coping mechanism to fix that, but I feel like if it works, like it works.
It works. Yeah. Brian, what about you? Challenges?
I think from my own, if like talking about bodybuilding, like my own personal experience, that I think the biggest challenge for me was, life and stress. And I think like when you're accepting to join a competition, that's actually another stress as well. And like why would I want to add so much stress? But again, I think it really depends on your personal like desire. Like, why do you do this again? Like, are you trying to win, or are you trying to make something of a point? And to me, my own is just I just want to do my best, and because I never have a proper like a condition of my own physique up on stage. And so in that year I did face like a really down moment, but as I try to still keep going, like even though like I heard one quote is good, is that although you drop a pebble in the water, but doesn't mean that you lost your way completely as well. And so that's for me, is I always keep reminding that I have to do it, because if I don't do it, then I never see how my results would really come out.
Now, besides bodybuilding, you're also coaching, and you have many clients, and perhaps they're watching today. How has coaching others influenced your personal growth? Brian?
My experience, I would say it has made me to grow, to be more patient with clients. Because definitely sometimes like when you ask them to do specific movements, and they'll probably like try to like rush into the exercise and get it over with. But sometimes that's where I need to step back and learn and kind of observe. Okay, this client maybe is like all his lifestyle is fast paced, and maybe that he or she has never been present in the moment, and so I have to step in and say, okay, let's slow down and let's make that technique a little bit more perfect or a little bit more safer, because of course, I don't want to injure my client, and also I want my client to, of course, feel the benefits of doing that exercise. So, yeah, other than that, it's also besides patience, I would say, learning how to talk with clients as well, like learning to picking words to ensure that not the wrong words to like stumble or bring them down, because of course clients really do like need that motivation a lot from coaches, because when your coach says like even the smaller things like, hey, good job, that may bring them or like give them a good day.
Yes, indeed. Ed?
Lessons I learned from.
Yes. How has coaching others has influenced your personal growth?
For me, it's because personal training packages are not cheap. So usually people who can afford it are like people with good careers. So we're able to rub shoulders with business owners, doctors, lawyers, and talking to these kind of people does seem intimidating at first. So I got to learn how to engage with them better and learn from them as well. Learn from them in terms of finance, how they manage their their time during the day, their businesses, and even just general how they view life, how they view things is a bit different than like the normal people. So it's quite interesting lah. A lot can be learned from that. Yeah.
Would you like to share one particular example that you have learned from your client that you are applying it now in your life because of you rubbing shoulders with that particular person?
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know where to start. But a good thing, like as I'm thinking about this question, if you remember correctly, when I first interned with you last time.
That's many years
back.
I
I was very shy and introverted. Like I didn't know how to talk. Yes. Like there was one time you hosted a Zumba event.
I did, yes.
And then I was always at the back. And then you after the event finished, you told me like, Edward, you don't like people, don't you? And I was like, oh, yeah, you noticed, yeah. But Ben kept pushing me to like do talks. Like I remember the first talk he asked me to do was to a group of pageants. Beautiful ladies.
Yes.
And I was holding my nose, like I was shaking in front.
The best assignment ever for you.
But he gave me more and more assignments I gave a talk to Asia, a few others lah. And then that kind of build up my confidence to speak better. And now I still get the jitters, tapi I handle it well. Dulu, yeah. So thank you, Ben. I learned a lot from that actually, and then it translates to like my one-on-one coaching as well.
And well done. You're doing very well in this podcast too.
Thank you.
Brian, what about you? Are there any examples that you have learned from clients, advices from clients, because you are rubbing shoulders with people in society, and then you decided to incorporate it in your life?
Buy Bitcoin.
Oh, cryptocurrency. That's also big in the United States.
Joey, you're watching this.
My client.
That's your client, not my client. Any example? Trying to think. It's like trying to think each client like, oh.
It's okay. Hold that thought. We'll go ahead and we'll move on. In the previous episode, we invited you to give advice to our clients. Perhaps let's do that one more time. What's one actionable tip that you'd like to give to someone new in fitness in 2025? Because perhaps there might be one or two people who are, thinking like, oh, let's gain some inspiration so that I can go to the gym or go hiking or pursue something active. So one actionable tip that you'd like to give to our viewers today. Brian?
Actionable tip,
Yeah.
meaning like
They can start right away and it can do wonders for them.
Yeah, I think just you can just start. If you're listening to this, you can just get up and do squats. Yeah.
Okay, squats is good. All right. And Ed?
I think I'll go back with my advice lah. Like find that entry point where like for different people different lah. Yeah. So some can be like motivated and then they would go to the gym and then they would like know what to do already a bit because they've done it before and then they want to restart. But some people they don't know what to do. So find your entry point and then work your way up from there. And again, there will be setbacks. There's gonna be setbacks and just accept it and try to have more good days than bad days.
There you go. Good advice. I'm going to ask that same question, but this time regarding food. There might be people who would say, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to do major activities. I'm tired, la 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 la. But there are ways to lose weight by taking care of what you eat and put in your mouth. Brian, would you like to share some tips to our viewers?
I mean, yeah, if your goal is to lose weight, definitely like you don't need to go to the gym. It's really just all about understanding calorie balance, like calories in and calories out. But of course, most of my clients who I taught them to, how to track your calories and how to count. It's a bit tedious, but
they don't listen.
Yeah. But if you really understand and utilize it well, then you can work wonders as well. But there's other methods also to like managing your food, which is portioning, balancing. So generally, if my clients don't do like tracking the calories, then I would just say, okay, using a guideline picture, make sure that like this is your plate and make sure that you have a good portion. Like let's say half is your protein intake, and then a quarter and a half is like your carbs, and a quarter is your veggies. And if you can able to have that 3 meals and balancing it out, then throughout the weeks as you take tracking of your weight as well, there will be definitely changes as well. Because definitely if you have never made any adjustments to your diet, with this definitely you will see some changes in your weight loss.
Well done. Edward, what about you? Food tips. Suku Sparrow, very easy to follow, but still can be challenging to some people. Other tips that you can give to our viewers today?
For me,
Fasting.
Fasting can be so there's a lot of tools you can use to if someone wants to, in the context of weight loss, you want to be in a caloric deficit, you want to eat less than what you burn, right? There's a lot of tools you can use to get into a caloric deficit. Fasting is one of them. You can cut sugar. What else you can do? Keto diet. A lot of these different diets. These are just tools to get you in that state. I used to be opposed to like an ideology of macam cult lah, this kind of diets kan.
Yeah.
But now I'm more open to like, if that individual can stick to the diet, they find it easier to sustain with the diet, then go ahead, go do it. And maybe like if you don't know even don't know what to do, I'm sure like everyone has that basic understanding of like, if I show you an apple or a pizza, which one is better? Yeah, of course apple one. So make better choices lah. Like everyone should have a basic nutritional understanding of what's healthy, what's not healthy, and just start there.
Yeah.
Maybe if you see banyak ayam goreng sana, and then you see steamed chicken, opt for the steamed chicken.
But it's okay to have that
Sedap.
fried chicken or that candy bar once in a while.
Okay.
It's definitely
Moderation
fine.
is always the term that when I was a fitness coach once upon a time, you can eat whatever that you wish. I think the most important keyword here is moderation.
Balance.
Yes, and balance as well. Speaking of balance, apart from just being resilient, there are many individuals, not just in America, but also in Malaysia, throughout the world, that talk about mental health. And do you see a connection between fitness and also mental health / wellness? And how do you promote this in your coaching? Edward?
There is a correlation, because when, like for me on busy days, on hard days, and then I get stressful, I always feel better when after I train. I think it's that boost of dopamine, or sometimes I don't even feel better, but then like you have that mental resilience, like, okay, I gotta do this. This is my my duty. Like I want to compete, and training is like one of the boxes I need to tick. Yeah. So it does teach you, and then we do that over time. It disciplines you, and then gives you that mental fortitude to, like, okay, even if I'm tired, even if I'm stressed, I don't have the energy, I go train. Yeah, teaches you like resilience.
Yes. Brian?
So this is a personal I just experienced. Like, so I just last year I traveled to China, and it was a 1 week trip. And
I remember this.
Yeah.
You did some stories on your social media.
So I did felt that kind of like mentality pressure. Like I felt kind of really depressed. Like because in that 1 week I felt like out of routine. Because in my habits, like I would almost train every day, but it's not every day, it's 5 days a week. So during that trip I wanted to work out, and like in the middle of the week I felt because the gyms there is not to say it's bad or anything, it's just it's inconvenient for a tourist to enter the gym because they're more very advanced technological. But luckily enough I found a gym that accepted walk-ins, and so after training, although like I'm like not in the saying that I have to train for the sake of keeping my progress. No, it's just because when I was traveling, I think walking every day like 20,000 steps and then seeing so many people, for me that kind of gives me a bit stress, because I kind of much prefer like Sabah here, not too much building. So that's me lah. Okay, so once after I did that exercise, I totally felt okay, I'm kind of stable now. So definitely, exercising can really help with balancing out your emotions, and it really benefits a lot. So yeah.
All right. My next question is, we talk about work-life fitness balance. Work-life balance is even tough. It's tough, but to combine three is even worse, I think. Because sometimes people will prioritize work, and they will not focus too much on life, let alone fitness. I'm a victim of that. So I used to try to balance work, life, and fitness together. But for a year, I decided that I'm going to focus on work, and that took a toll on my fitness and also on my health. And I have to, redo that. What are your observations on this? How do we maintain that balance? And hopefully it will be something easy that our viewers can digest. Edward?
Oh, I suffer from this as well, actually. Contrary to everyone's belief, as a personal trainer, if you spend your whole day at the gym, you get to work out. You have all the time in the world to work out. Tapi, if the whole day is like clients after clients after clients, and then you don't have any time to squeeze in for a workout. Sometimes I catch myself like after a full day, 10 p.m. already, gym's closing down. This is my only time slot to work out lah, after hours. So it's quite hard to balance it, but I think for Gen Pops, like for the general population, you don't have to be like a bodybuilder to train like 5 times a week and then have a specific exercise you have to do. Like a quick 20 to 30 minutes workout pun suffice. Like get in, get out, done. As long as you like challenge your body enough, that should be good enough actually.
All right, we're going to close our episode today. By the way, thank you so much for joining us, Ed and also Brian. Before we go, perhaps you'd like to give one motivational takeaway to our viewers today. Brian, would you like to start?
Motivational.
It can be a quote, it can be something that you believe in.
Ain't nothing but a peanut.
There's one quote that I think can be applied in fitness as well, which is everyone everyone is how to say, you can only help those who want to help themselves, and I think to me that meaning is like,
True.
if you don't ask for help, or you don't even help yourself to do something, then you won't even really start that thing. Yeah.
Right, good advice there, Brian. Edward?
Hey, now I'm looking for like motivational quotes in my head.
You always have some motivational quote in your
no gain.
in your talk or in your stories and whatnot.
Well,
Give a simple advice then. Simple advice.
I'm gonna quote a very popular quote by the greatest bodybuilder of all time, 8 times Mr. Olympia. Everybody wants to be a bodybuilder, but nobody wants to lift some heavy ass weights. Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
All right. So, Brian, Edward, thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Ben.
And all the best in your fitness career, and also good luck in your competition. I might be persuaded to see you live on stage this year.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
come by, huh?
Yes, we'll see. Well, that's it from me. My name is Ben Uzair. Thank you so much for joining us in this special fitness and New Year's resolution episode. And I hope to see you again in a future one. Bye-bye now and take care.